Hey Jeff, I'll show you what I did, and there were a couple little weird quirks, um, just because of the way this was modeled to begin with. But I'll walk you through it. So the very first thing I do is basically create a copy of this so that you have an original that has no modifications at all that you can go back and reference. So you can see here, original don't modify. That's that. And then I started modifying the copy. And I basically, in the solid workspace, went through and patched all these holes like so. Basically get rid of anything we don't need. So select them and hit delete in the solid workspace. If you try and do that in the surface workspace, you'll get a very different result. It'll basically turn the whole body into a surface, and you kind of don't want that to begin with. So you'll see if you do this in the surface workspace, it'll turn the whole thing into a surface, and then you have to go through and patch these and then stitch them. So that's just kind of a pain in the ass. Just when you patch holes, do it in the solid workspace for as long as you can. So basically get rid of all these holes, get rid of the LCD screen, chop off the bottom half, get rid of as much as you can, and you'll be left with something like this. And then the next step is basically to offset this by 0.2 to 0.4 millimeters so that the clamp isn't so tight. So you'll see that I basically offset the face by by 0.2 millimeters all the way around the outside, and then I thickened it by 1/8 of an inch outwards. And there was one issue thickening it. So I'm going to go down to the timeline and show you what happened. So when you try and thicken surfaces, there's certain thicknesses that cause issues because lines start to intersect. I thickened this by 0.13 inches, and you can see that there was an issue here because lines are starting to intersect. On the original, you can see that these lines kind of cross. When you thicken this, the lines kind of move and create issues. So if we go back, you can see all I had to do here was basically draw a line from there to there, and then patch it, and then stitch the whole thing. And then I just mirrored it